Have you ever met someone and it just felt, well, too good to be true? You know, that instant sweep you off your feet connection that feels like it's straight out of a movie? Well, today we're going to talk about why that exact feeling, as amazing as it seems, might actually be a huge red flag for a really dangerous kind of psychological manipulation known as love bomb. So this is the core idea we're really going to unpack. And it's a pretty shocking statement, right? It suggests that this overwhelming flood of affection isn't just a whirlwind romance. It's a deliberate strategy, a way to get you hooked, to create an emotional dependency, right before they pull the rug out from under you. And that's the big question, isn't it? It's a total paradox. I mean, we all want to feel loved, to be admired. So how in the world are you supposed to tell the difference between genuine affection and a calculated plan for control? Well, to figure that out, we have to start right at the beginning of the story. So it all kicks off with this incredible feeling that you finally met your soulmate, the one person who just gets you. They finish your sentences, they share all your dreams, they make you feel seen like nobody ever has before. This first stage is what experts call idealization. They're showering you with nonstop attention, endless compliments, and big, grand gestures. They might start talking about your future together, marriage, kids, within weeks, sometimes even days. And it feels absolutely euphoric. It feels magical because it's designed to. So how does this fairy tale suddenly turn into a trap? Look, this is way more than just someone being a little overeager. It's actually a well-documented pattern of behavior that follows a very predictable and honestly, a devastating cycle. The term itself was made popular by psychology professor Margaret Singer. She was actually describing what she saw happening in cult recruitment. She called it a deceptive ploy, an offer of instant community and companionship that's really designed to lower your guard and make you completely open to the manipulator's control. And this manipulation nearly always follows four distinct phases. First, you've got the high of idealization, but then it shifts to devaluation. Suddenly, the affection stops and it's replaced with criticism, with nitpicking, with gaslighting. After that comes the discard, where they abandon you, often in a really cruel and sudden way. And then, just when you're starting to pick up the pieces, they often come back and try to hoover you, like a vacuum, to suck you right back into the whole abusive cycle all over again. So why is this cycle so incredibly powerful? Why don't people just leave the second things turn sour? Well, the answer isn't a matter of willpower and it's not in your heart. It's actually all about your brain chemistry. I mean, it sounds dramatic, but some experts call this neurological warfare, and for a very good reason. The manipulator is knowingly, or sometimes unknowingly, hijacking your brain's natural reward system to forge an incredibly powerful bond. During that idealization phase, your brain is just swimming in this cocktail of feel-good chemicals. You've got dopamine, the reward chemical, giving you that incredible rush. You have oxytocin, the love hormone that creates these powerful feelings of attachment, and serotonin is stabilizing your mood, making you feel happy and safe. The thing is, these feelings are 100% real, and that's what makes the manipulation so effective. You're not just falling for a person, you're becoming chemically addicted to the high that they give you. And this is where you can really see the difference between the real deal and the manipulation. Healthy love feels safe, it's steady. It's built on a foundation of respect over time. Love bombing, on the other hand, creates constant anxiety. It feels like a roller coaster because the reward, the affection, is completely unpredictable. That's a classic technique called intermittent reinforcement, and it's the exact same mechanism that gets people addicted to gambling. And that's really the endgame here. This vicious cycle of intense highs and soul-crushing lows creates something called a trauma bond. Your brain gets hooked on getting that validation from the manipulator, and it makes it unbelievably difficult to leave, even when you know, logically, that the relationship is just destroying you. It's often beyond simple willpower. And here's something that's really crucial to understand. This isn't just about romantic relationships, not at all. This exact same manipulative playbook is used by toxic bosses, by controlling family members, and yes, even by cult leaders to get control over people. Just take a look at how these tactics adapt. You've got future faking, promising a future that's never going to happen. Isolation, which cuts you off from your friends and family, your support system. And then the excessive flattery, calling you a soulmate or telling you you're part of the family at work. See? The context changes, but the core manipulation, the playbook, it's exactly the same. So what are the early signs you can actually look out for? Well, think about constant communication that feels less like interest and more like a tidal wave of texts and calls.
or lavish gifts that feel less like a present and more like an obligation. A lot of this really just boils down to speed and intensity. Healthy connections, they take time to build. Manipulative ones are always rushed because they need to bypass your critical thinking and get you hooked before you have a chance to see what's really going on.
Okay, so this brings us to the most important part. Once you recognize the pattern, what do you do about it? Understanding what's happening is a huge first step, but protecting yourself, that requires a real plan of action. And we have to be honest here, the aftermath of love bombing is severe. It can leave you with serious anxiety, confusion, and a feeling that you can't even trust your own judgment anymore. But, and this is a big but, healing is absolutely possible. It starts with taking your power back. You know how someone reacts when you've set a boundary tells you everything you need to know. A healthy person respects it. A manipulator will get angry and try to push right through it. If something feels off, if it feels too good to be true, you have to trust that instinct. And if you've managed to get away, the no contact rule is absolutely essential. It is the only way to break that chemical and emotional addiction of the trauma bond and give your brain the time and space it needs to truly heal. So in the end, it all really boils down to this one simple but powerful question. Is this connection built on mutual respect, or is it built on control? Genuine love empowers you. It makes you feel secure, and it honors your independence. Love bombing tries to consume you. It creates dependency and anxiety, all while hiding behind the mask of affection. And knowing that difference, well, that's your greatest defense.